Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Don's Hot Rod Garage. Big Don with you. This video is kind of going to be more or less, sorry, picking spider webs off me. That's what happens when I reach in my wallet and get out money. There's spider webs on it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just going to do a slow little close-up walk around on my returning, that's what everybody calls it, the returning 55 Nomad, because I've had a lot of people that have emailed me asking about that car. So, you know, if there's somebody out there that wants it more than me, send me a message. And that car is not really for sale, that white junkyard sedan, but I mean, it's kind of crazy how many comments and emails I get asking if my cars are for sale. So what I've decided I'll start doing is just throwing out high numbers. One guy asked me if my 55 convertible was for sale. You know, I'm trying to fix that car up. I said, yeah, I'll sell it, $35,000. So let's look at the returning Nomad. So this car has a really good roof on it. It's got a couple spots here and there that's going to need some work. Does not have a title, no title. I put the frame underneath of it. The frame's a good, usable, buildable frame. So if you was wanting to build this car, you know, you're kind of just looking at the actual structure of it and the frame, and then pretty much everything else you're going to have to start sourcing. And a lot of people have sent me emails and messages. They have doors, they have tailgate, you know, they have a lot of the sheet metal for it, and the front nose on a 55 Chevy Nomad is the same as any other 55 Chevy. There's nothing special about it other than the actual 6 pieces of chrome that go down the fender and the door. So this is it in all of her glory. And the roof's got a couple spots. You know, you can see it's got some weak spots, and even a little bit down in there. And this part right here is, you know, if you took this off, this is all open where you could get in there and start to repair it. But the window channels are good. It's got some rust right through here. That's just flat steel. Now, one thing I will tell you about this car, now, if you take this car and try to sandblast it, you're going to open up a can of worms on this car. You really are. This is the type of car you just try to make you a good driver. To think that you could make this car right here a show car again, you could. You know, if you got that much money to put out there, you sure could. But you'd have more in it than it would ever be worth. And it's got little issues like this. It always had that, where they've just burnt off the heads of the latch, where you're gonna have to either drill all them out or get in the inside of this structure and take that plate out and either make a new one or drill it out. And it's like that on both sides, where they just took a torch to it. And the roof, it's going to need some work back here. I mean, all this part itself is nice, but the actual tin, the actual sheet metal on the roof itself, this will all need to be reworked. But the inner structures aren't terrible, and they make the new wheelhouses. And they come way up into here where you could, of course, if you got rid of all this, if you stripped all that down, who knows exactly what shape it's in. It might not be that bad, but you could kind of see they put a patch right there. And then this one, you can see the patch coming down through there, so something was going on right there. This car had sat in a junkyard, and who knows where it had sat since before that, for a long time. See, and it's got some rust right here. But the drip rails they're decent. And this window channel is actually got a little bit of rust right there, but it's actually somewhat decent. So to everybody that's, and you can see this is a little raggedy right here. You'd have to, what this is this is like a flat lip that your curved glass goes into. So you'd have to sand that down and build that piece. It's gonna need an awful lot of work, you know, and instead of sending all kinds of pictures, this is the best you get right here, just a slow video. And you can see the dash, whoop-de-whoop-de. But really the best way to save a car like this is to find you a rust-free 55 Chevy 4-door sedan, and basically you cut it right there, and set the whole roof and everything right onto the sedan floors and frame and everything. Then at that point, all you're doing is you're working with back there, you know what I mean, your back wheelhouse tubs and where the trunk would have been on the sedan, but you got all your floors, your rockers and everything. I've seen people do that before. People go to great lengths to save a Nomad. As you can see, it's got this area down here is pretty rough, but it's got a good frame. Hoo-ah, it's got a good frame. And even in there, that part of the firewall is getting it pretty good, but realistically it just depends on what a fella's trying to do. And you can see they crudely just peeled that off years ago. There's still remnants of the original Caltag right there. So without that, this is always, for me, this is always something that the car is still there, but for me, it lost its identity because it does no longer have its body number. And I see show cars that sell for a couple $100,000, and this is all smoothed out, so that a lot of people just eliminate that tag, which is crazy. So there's a very slow walk around on the car. Yes, it could be saved, but it would take a lot to save it. But you know, they made what, 8,600 of them. It's the original 55 Nomad. It was dusk rose with the white roof and the gray and white interior, V8 Power Glide. So there it is, guys. This really isn't a video to say anything other than to just show this car. If somebody's out there that wants it more than me, send me an email. Now I got to get off to work. We've had extremely bizarre weather the last couple days. Dense fog advisory. Like, I mean, it's the sky is totally gray. Look, all you can see is the haze of the sun. Another day of weird Ohio weather. So, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed at least a walk around on the car. It's rough. We all hate to see them so rough, but just imagine if that would have met the wrong person's hands. We would be looking at an empty spot right there. There would be no 55 Nomad sitting there. So, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for stopping by Don's Hot Rod Garage. I appreciate you guys taking the time to see what I'm doing. You guys all have a good day. I'll catch you guys on the next video.